Alrighty then, so here we go boys, this is tonight's final, the grand finale of the EU. All the Q1 to Q4 qualifiers have built up to this exact moment with the winners and the runners up all taking place, with the better seed going to the winners, and it's led down to this moment right now where we see Team Keepo taking on Incap OP BabyRage, with the winners taking home $175 and the runners up going to be taking 75 big dollars home as well. So a lot to play for right now. This is going to be a best of 3 5 rounds, so instead of the 3 rounds, so I'm sure we're going to have a pretty actionful next couple of moments. Well, more than moments, I guess. As we see the Croak and Jade combo once again coming out against the Freya and Lucia. Big ultimate coming out from Freya as she drops. As she oh no, actually I thought that she took someone else. Unfortunately, it seemed like she actually killed a teammate. I was a bit lost then. So Lucy, it seemed like a big ultimate. I thought she was dropping someone, and it turned out she dropped her own teammate. Nicely done by Croak and Jade. They'll be taking the first round here for Incap OP BabyRage. Hype, hype, hype. So I say that I have 2 mounts to give away after this game, bosses. So 2 demonic mounts. You guys are going to be able to enter chance of winning if you stick around after the tournament, which is a best of 3. So we have a little while left. And then 5 to give away during the NA hype. As we see Croak and Jade lining up in the middle center, and we do see Freya procking her counter a little bit too soon here, and isn't going to make anything happen, as Jade does actually whiff her snipe this time around. Nice in-cap coming out by Croak, but unfortunately doesn't actually have the follow-up from his teammate, as she favored picking up the mid orb this time around. Again, Lucy, I'm pretty sure Lucy has been picked in every game we cast over tonight. A very popular pick. And obviously this was the comp that we did see beat the Croak and Jade earlier today, dropping them into the loser brackets, and they fought their way through back into tonight's final. As we do actually see the blue team pick up the middle orb for the first time in this best of 3 series. A big trade coming in. We do see a nice Thunderstrike coming out from Freya, but a great Volt to avoid the incoming damage coming out of Jade, as Petrify coming onto Croak. A nice bit of damage. He does actually land a Venom Wind onto both targets. Jade looking to finish off the Lucy here, unloading 2 big clips of damage straight to the face, and that is going to leave Freya in a 2v1. She has picked up her teammate's soul and does actually get her ultimate here, just about catching Croak at the end of it, but it isn't going to be enough, as a nice in-cap and stun combo is going to drop her pretty low here. Counter is going to be able to keep her alive for this time being, but with sudden death looming and only 10 health remaining, it's only a matter of time. Nicely done. As we do see the red team currently taking it 2-0. Lucy nerf incoming. The one thing I do find crazy, the more I watch this, is the Croak and Jade combo. The in-cap from Croak just lasts so long. As we're about to enter round 3. Here we go. Red team taking command and position of this mid orb. Again with Jade there, it looks like it's going to be pretty easy for them to actually secure this one. Freya trying to make a little bit of impact here as both team kind of hover around, not too much really happening into this first 20 seconds of this round. Jade lines up her snipe to easily secure that middle orb for her teammate. Croak on the aggression, and nice bit of damage coming out onto Freya. She's already dropped under 40% health, not going to make anything happen with her counter here. There's a nice stun snipe combo coming out from Jade and Croak. She does actually completely whiff her ultimate though, but I feel the blue team are taking so much of a pound that it's not really going to be an issue here, as we see Focus switching onto Freya and then now back onto Lucy, as she's dropped down to 20% health. A nice lunge coming in from Croak, and Jade's going to be able to easily pick on Freya on the backside here. Do see her miss a snipe combo, but not a problem, as the red team looking very convincing at the moment. Nicely done. GG. So we can come into round 4 now, with the red team currently 3-0 up. see what Freya and Lucy can do with this one. There's still plenty of rounds to be had. And at least 2 more games to be played as well, depending on how things play out. I say there's $250 up for grabs, so there's no light business now. Both teams best be bringing their A game. That certainly can give them a good Saturday night out in town. Or maybe just a nice new PC component, because what gamer goes out. As we do see Croak going a bit too hammer here, and he's going to be taking a big chunk of damage already. A nice Incap coming out for Freya. He's going to drop under 50% health, and the blue team looking pretty more commanding than they have done in the previous rounds here. A nice pickup by the red team though on the middle orb is going to put them up pretty close to their ultimates, but well played by the blue team here. We have some real big damage, and we do see Croak a little bit too ham from his teammate, and this could cause him some issues as he's taking a bit of a pounder here, but Jade answering back. A nice Petrify is going to allow them to start working down on the Frogman as he uses his camouflage to retreat. Jade is actually going to miss out on her snipe here. A nice Thunderclap coming in from Freya is going to drop both members pretty low, making good use of a counterplay. A nice Panic is going to leave the blue team in a pretty commanding position at the moment, with Croak and Jade both under 40 health. A nice pickup by Freya. She uses a Thunderclap to actually pick up the middle orb this time around. That was well played. And looks like the blue team should be taking this unless they make some big balls of this up. Jade does actually cancel a snipe. Doesn't want to get involved in that at the moment. A nice Thunderclap is going to be able to put a bit of damage down as Croak get a bit aggressive with his Frog Leap. A nice Panic is going to allow a nice combo to come out of Freya, catching him there and dropping this into a 1v2. We do see Jade's ultimate getting countered there, and a nice ultimate isn't actually going to hit her, but it is going to actually get her on top of her opponent with a good crippling goo to take her down. Nice. Comeback begins. It was nicely done by Freya and Lucy. Croak, I think, got a bit too overextended at the start there, and dropping like to 50% health straight away was pretty harsh on him. And the red team just couldn't really recover from that. We'll see how this pans into our 5th round. As we do see Jade landing a snipe, but no real follow-up at the moment. As Croak sets his aggression now, making a nice lunge onto both targets as Jade sets the focus on mid-orb once again, easy picking it up with her snipe ability. Croak is going to be coming looking for that end cap, but is just about to miss out, falling short of this one this time around. Again, using his lunge to get onto Lucy, as Jade actually does miss her snipe this time. A nice end cap coming out onto Croak is going to allow the blue team to pick up both health orbs on the bottom side. Mid-orb is up once again. I'm pretty sure Jade easily picking it up with a clip and her snipe. Nice pounding coming out onto Lucy here, but a bit of a wasted ult coming out of Jade once again. Getting a bit too ahead of herself, but some nice damage overall coming out onto Lucy. A big win and win going to be coming out onto her as well. Getting some big focus right now as Croak uses his Frog Leap to keep up the charge. Again, missing out on his second one, but does a nice snipe coming out from Jade. Is going to turn this into a 1v2. A nice ultimate coming out from Freya. Will do a bit of damage to Croak, but in a situation, I think she's going to struggle to turn this one around. 5 seconds away from sudden death. I don't think we're really going to need it, as the red team looking pretty commanding here and set to take this to 4-1. Pops the camera a little bit too sudden. A nice in-cap stun combo, easy going to turn this in favour of the red team. Nicely done. So, if Incap do win this next round, they will be currently 1-0 up in this best of 3 series and be a step closer to that $175. As we see them take commanding position once again of this mid-orb. I feel it's going to be hard for the blue team to secure it, with Jade just able to easily put 2 clips into it, unless Fred does exactly what she did then. That was great play, use of a counter-strike to actually dodge the incoming snipe and also pick up mid-orb for a team. As you see, a nice hammer toss, but a great in-cap coming out from Croak, but unfortunately there isn't the follow-up at the moment from Jade, as Croak taking a little bit of a pounding on the bottom side. Jade's going to take the opportunity to pick up both health orbs. Does actually decide to use her snipe on Lucy this time around instead of the middle orb, giving Freya the chance to actually start working on it. Instead, changing her focus, it is going to allow the red team to pick up their ultimate when ready for Croaky, and we'll see how he pans this out as he uses his frog leap to create some distance between him and his foes. 1 minute remaining in this before we enter sudden death. Mid orb's about 2 seconds away from spawning up. Should be an easy pickup once again for our red team. But a nice play by Freya once again, making good use of electric shield to jump in there, block the incoming damage, and also secure for her teammates. So her Thunder Slam, her Lightning Strike even, is going to be ready for use now, and see what she can make out of it, as hasn't really been able to do the effect we've seen in the previous games leading on to this final. A great steal again by Freya this time around, as Jade's not quick enough to secure that, but Croaky is starting to work on her fellow teammate, checking about 20% of her health off. But the nice thing in having a healer, she's able to start bringing herself back, as we see Venom hitting both targets. But a nice Petrify is going to keep Croak in place and not have that follow-up damage, which could favour the blue team as they start dropped him under 50% health at the moment. But a nice Incap. Jade is focusing on the mid orb and just about to pick it up somehow, as her snipe was on cooldown. We have entered sudden death now, and this really could go either way, as both teams trading pretty evenly, but the blue team have healed up thanks to that lovely Lucy on their team. A double panic coming in, as we see Freya looking to get aggressive, mid orb up. Once again, we do actually see Jade using her ultimate to pick up mid orb, whilst Freya get a bit aggressive on Jade. Does actually miss out on her Lightning Strike there, and Sticky U not making too much happen. Croak actually wastes his win there. I'm not sure why he went on so early, but Lucy takes a bit of a pounding, leaving Freya on a 1v2 with sudden death really closing in on these. A nice Incap is just about to catch her. Unfortunately, her shield couldn't come up soon enough to block the incoming snipe, and I feel this is going to be a victory for Incap, as they easily take down the Freya. Nicely done. So that's 5-1 to Incap OP BabyRage. That will mean they'll be taking the first game in this best of 3 series. Will we see Freya and Lucy mix it up for the next round? That is to be told. Alrighty then, here we go. We're going to be seeing the red team making the charges. Jade toying with the idea of going in for her snipe. Does actually whiff this one. A nice silence coming out onto Freya, but she does get a big electric shield. It's going to counter some of the incoming damage. She starts to actually get a bit aggressive here, which might not work in her favour. Barrier is going to block some of the incoming damage, but a nice snipe coming out from Jade is going to easily secure the red team in middle orb for the first time around. Luckily for Freya, Lucy's going to be able to heal her up. She does actually pick up both energy orbs, but the red team looking a bit more commanding after picking up that middle orb. We're about 2 seconds away from the next one spawning, and I can't see any reason why that doesn't fall into the red team's hand. Freya does actually look to try and get aggressive to pick it up herself, but it ends up costing her quite a bit of health points, as we see Jade unleash her ultimate, getting 3 big hits onto Freya this time around. Nice silence with the Incap coming into with the snipe combo. Unfortunately, electric shield is going to be a little bit late here, and then she's going to be looking pretty low now. I don't know if Lucy's going to be able to heal through this, as once again for the 3rd time this round, the red team picking up middle orb. We do see Croak getting a little bit aggressive. Nice panic away onto Jade is going to allow them to put some nice damage onto the Frogman. But Freya looking a bit unhealthy at the moment. We'll see what Lucy can do to help her out. She does actually pick up her ultimate. She goes for the Lightning Strike onto mid orb. Does pick it up, but it might come costly, as that could be certainly been useful to finish off this Croak here, as he lands a double Venom Wind onto both the blue members. A nice Incap along with the snipe is going to easily drop her down, leaving Lucy in a 2v1. Does get a panic. We're 5 seconds away from sudden death, as the red team look to secure middle orb once again for the 4th time this round. Lucy is going to pick up her ultimate here, but I think it's still a little bit too late, unfortunately, for her, as the arena starts closing in on us. And Croak easily finishes her off. Nicely done. Incap taking the first round of this 2nd game. I do really feel this could go either way, but that was very nicely played by the red team, making great use of that Incap snipe combo, which we've seen to prove deadly so far. As we see the blue team taking the command and charge into this, so this is our second game of the best of 3, first of 5 rounds. Winner going to be taking home $175. Ka-ching, ka-ching. As we see both teams trading quite evenly at this moment in time. Mid-orb's about 3 seconds from spawn, and we'll see what happens here as Freya looking in position. Nice good use of electric shield, is only going to be able to knock it away for a moment in time, but she does actually end up picking it up. Nicely done there. Could have really went either way. A great use of electric shield to stop that incoming snipe. Nice pull in on Jade, only to knock it back at the moment in time. As even teams trading pretty evenly, Croak losing about 20% of his health already, but not too much to worry about. As we do see the blue team once again securing the middle orb, a little bit sloppy from the red team coming out there as the Jade was unable to make anything happen with her snipe. Crippling Goo is actually going to be wasted by Lucy this time around, but a nice lightning strike onto Jade is going to drop her under 50% health. Well played by Freya, but unfortunately if that ultimate had been saved, that could have been a massive combo and really already be looking into a 2v1. But at the moment, both red teamers do stand, but under 50% health at the moment, as the red team do actually secure middle orb with a nice lunge coming out from Croak. We do see Jade completely whiff her ultimate again. I'm not really sure where she was going for that. She was nowhere in range to really follow up any damage, only hitting I think half of a shot there and missing the following 3. With 30 seconds left of this round, mid orb is up once again, and the blue team once again picking up. Good job on Freya. She's been really on point with Ninja and those from the red team. But a nice win coming out onto Freya. Is going to drop her pretty low here, but a nice knockback. Her ultimate is ready. Let's see if she holds on to it, as Jade's completely split from her teammate right now. Mid orb is up once again, and a great use as the blue team pick up the mid orb for the 4th time here. Nicely done. Jade getting a little bit too early with her snipes at the moment. Great use of the electric shield to be able to pick them up. We do see a big petrify with the thunder lightning strike. It is going to drop Jade under 10 health at the moment. Big play by Freya there. Nice combo coming in from the blue team, as we do see a nice Incap and stun combo potentially turning this around as we enter sudden death. But the blue team are going to be able to pick up both health orbs on the bottom side as mid orb is up once again. Nicely done by Freya. She knocks out the enemy Jade out of the arena, as we see Crippling Goo pushing Croak into harm's danger. Nicely done. 2-0 to our Incap. Oh, sorry. Blue team turned it around. My mistake. That was a really nice turnaround by them. Great use, and certainly can bring this to another game for sure if they keep it up like this. As we see red team look to take command and position of this middle area once again. But that was really well played by Freya. It was commanding being able to steal 4 of those orbs then. It was devastating and really proved vital in the blue team taking that first round. As we see Tear taking a little bit of damage here, the sniper is once again be lined up and does actually fall into the red team's hands just about then. It was a bit unfortunate. Has a nice snipe and Croak coming to finish that off. She is going to be able to pick up both energy orbs on either side of the map and the health orbs, which is going to be important from denying them from the red side. Jade does hit a snipe, but unfortunately no real follow-up at the moment as middle orb is up for the second time this round. She does actually look to get aggressive and lose it out. I think she actually did pick that up just about. As Croak getting a little bit aggressive here, split away from his teammate. He's going to take a lot of unnecessary damage. Jade actually comes in and gets a nice ultimate here. Only to be countered by the electric shield from Freya, but not really causing too many issues. She just actually kind of whiffed her lightning strike here, but has given a good opportunity to split away from Croak and land a nice Incap onto Jade, dropping her under 20% health here, as Jade is going to be able to pick up middle orb for the red team. But unfortunately for Croak, he does actually land a nice Incap and stun combo, but Jade focusing on the middle orb there isn't going to be able to put any damage down, but Croak seem to put in all the work himself at the moment, as a nice Incap once again coming out from both teams here, trading blows pretty evenly. Big spell block coming out on the Freya, could actually be dropping it here. When the wind is up for Croak as he lands a nice ultimate onto Lucy, and going to easily take this 2-1 in favour of our Incap OP BabyRage. Nicely done. I feel like Freya actually kept the aggression up on Jade there, where she had like dropped to 20% health. Obviously she did miss out on a lightning strike, but it gave her a good opportunity to separate from Croak and the nice Incap into the wall, but decided to fall back for some reason. They finished off Jade, leaving it in a 2v1. Could have definitely been them taking that round. Close stuff. Again, like I say, there is 2 mounts to give away after this game as well, bosses, so you keyboard warriors, be ready. Nice stun coming in from Croak, a couple of clips being unloaded by Jade. Mid-orb's about 3 seconds from coming up. We'll see how that falls. As a nice electric shield, it is going to pull in both red team members down onto this bottom side, as both teams trading pretty evenly at the moment. A nice silence coming out onto Lucy, who's going to keep her at bay, as we see the red team easily pick up this middle orb thanks to Jade's snipe. Freya once again getting on the aggressive. Nice Incap's going to allow the snipe combo to come out here, but the blue team looking pretty good at the moment as Croak gets a bit aggressive on the spot side onto the Lucy, dropping off about 50% of the health on his own. It was pretty impressive damage. Once again, we're going to see middle once come up, but Jade did actually miss out on her snipe, but somehow able to sneak in a couple of auto attacks to pick that one up. As we see the blue team being retreated to the top lane. Nice panic onto Jade. Is going to leave Croak on his own at the moment as he lands a nice stun on the Freya, but looking pretty healthy at the moment. We do see the ultimate coming out from Jade, catching Lucy in about 2 shots there. It's going to drop her on about 20% health as the focus being split between the two members. A nice Incap and snipe combo coming out onto Lucy. Freya even is going to cause her all kinds of troubles as the red team look pretty commanding to take this 3rd round. When a win, going to easily pick off the Lucy. 3-1 to Incap. Again, if they do win this, they will be $175 richer. Feels good. But also, bosses, like I say, after this stream, after this tournament has finished, we do have the NA tournament getting underway at midnight. So hold on to your horses. We've got plenty more action to get underway. And another 5 mounts to be given away during that stream as well. OP BabyRage looking pretty good at the moment. Can they take this in clean straights against the Team Keepo? As we see them once again pushing that bottom side. Mid-orb's going to be coming up in about 4 seconds here. We do see Snipe used to put a bit of punishment down onto Freya, but it isn't really going to cause her too many issues as she's able to lose her and making good use of a Thunderstrike to pick up the mid-orb this time around, which proved real deadly in the first round they won. Croak already under 50% health here, but a nice Incap coming out. A good use of the barrier to avoid the incoming damage. Looking pretty even at the moment. Croak took a real big pounding at the start there as we see Jade make good use of her snipe once again to pick up the middle orb, using the Vault to leap out of the way. Crippling Goo is going to be a little bit soon here, but a nice knockback by Lucy. That was really impressive to actually make the most out of her ultimate. Dropping the red team pretty low and the blue team looking pretty good at the moment with 1 minute already gone in this 5th round. Mid orb is once up again, but unfortunately for Jade, she is going to miss out on that, only making little things quicker for the blue team. The red team on retreat in a real bad way at the moment, with the blue team looking pretty damn healthy. 40 seconds before we actually end on sudden death. A nice thunderclap is going to put some nice damage onto Jade for the Incap. We don't see the snipe come through just yet, but a big silence is actually dropped to Freya under 50% health. A good ultimate coming out from Jade, but a nice crippling goo is going to actually push her out, and I mean she's going to have to cancel that one this time around as we see the blue team picking up middle orb. With both teams, with both members on 7 and 3 health, we easily see Freya pick off a nice hammer toss, and Croak going to be left in the 1v2. As he gets the Incap and stun combo off, but merely a consolation prize, as the blue team about to take this 3-2. Unless Croak can make some heroic play. Starting to put a little bit of damage down. Nice thunderclap coming in from Freya, as he frogs leaps all over the place to be annoying. There we go. A nice Nice pick up by the blue team. They picked up the middle orb twice then, which I think was huge. And Croak taking like 50% of his health at the start. I'm not really sure where all that damage come from. Maybe got a little bit too aggressive and was split from his teammate. Ended up costing them. 3-2 in favour of Incap OP BabyRage though, as we come into our 6th round. Croak looking to get aggressive here, but waiting a little bit too long to get in there with his camouflage ability. Mid orb coming up once again. I really feel the blue team need to get aggressive on this, and it's what worked for them in the previous 2 rounds that they have won, but do lose out to Jade's auto attack there. Big in-cap stun combo coming out to Lucy. Is actually going to drop her under 50% health here. The red team really need to follow up this damage. If they can do, they're easily taking this next round. Nice in-cap into that stun combo, and she's going to drop easily there. Nicely done. That was a great catch by Croak to catch her in Lucy in the bottom corner there and finish her off with ease. About to end a sudden death now. I don't think it's really going to be much of an issue as the red team pick up mid orb up once again. Nice electric shield coming in for Freya. She is actually going to use her lightning strike, but to no prevail this time around. A nice R ability coming out of Jade to knock her opponent back, and a great silence. 4-2. Again, if Incap do win this, if they win this round right now, they would have won the series 2, the best of series 2-0, and will be taking home $175 and be crowned our Playtourney champions. As we potentially come into the final round of our EU tournament tonight. See Jade toying with the eye. We see Croak looking to get onto that Lucy once again. Unfortunately, Jade doesn't actually have a snipe lined up here, which could have been pretty deadly had that been the case, but it's going to give the blue team to actually retreat back. Jade is going to pick up middle orb once again for the red team. But I think the blue team kind of got off a bit lightly there, but a nice amount of damage going on to Lucy once again, already dropping under 30% health. She's trying her best to heal up here, and we already see Jade picking up her ultimate, unleashing it here. A nice roly-poly is going to be able to get her away from that final hit, which would have sure enough killed her, but Croak not wasting time here as he easily picks off the Lucy. Freya's got all to play for here. She lands a nice electric shield, but a nice silence coming out from Jade once again. It's going to leave her in all kinds of trouble as we see the in-cap stun combo coming out of the red side, and it looks like our in-cap OP BabyRage will be our winners tonight. Jade running a little bit low here. We are going to see Freya pick up the green health orb in the bottom side, and I can't explain how long that in-cap lasts for as we see in-cap OP BabyRage crowned our EU tournament winners tonight. So our first Playtourney, we've had the previous games, the Q1 to Q4, building up to tonight's finals, and they are our winners. Congratulations to Incap OP BabyRage, who were on point. Obviously, they did actually get knocked out in the semi-finals, dropping into the losers brackets and putting ourselves back in to get into tonight's final, win $175, which does mean I have two mounts to give away to you bosses now, and the NA tournament will be starting in half an hour.
Decide to go in. Another great use of the wall, and does actually make nice use of his ultimate. Again, hit him into the wall, but unfortunately just not having enough damage to knock him back here. And it looks like red team are going to be taking our first round of our best of 3 final for NA.